Hello everyone, this is Yanmu and I will introduce my summer project in this video. You can see from the slide, the topic of my summer project is comparison of the evaluation matrix of dimensionality reduction. And now, I'm going to give you a brief overview of my project from the 4 aspects on this slide. Well, begin from the introduction. The first question is, what's the dimensionality reduction? In the era of large data, the data size from the real world always contains a large number of noise and features, which we named as dimension. Especially in the machine learning, a large number of meaningless data will not only waste too much computing time, but also lead to a reduction in model accuracy. Therefore, this is necessary to introduce the dimensionality reduction technology when faced with these problems. Since the beginning of the 20th century, various dimensionality reduction technologies have been invented, greatly enriching the application of data science and technology in biology, mathematics, and other subjects. The second question for us is, if their methods are always accurate and useful? Unfortunately, the answer is no. Based on the principle of data dimensionality reduction, in the process of extracting the major dimensions or features, the loss of data information is inevitable, which is generally called information loss. And sometimes we will also lose most of the important local and global information of data size. Thus, it is necessary to establish an evaluation method for dimensionality reduction algorithms, which will be the core concepts of this project. At present, there have been many different assessment methods to evaluate the performance of dimensionality reduction algorithms. Some of them pay more attention to the local information, and the others pay more attention to the global structures. Thus, this project aims at comparing some recent evaluation methods and establish a more accurate evaluation system for dimensionality reduction algorithms. Now, it's necessary to introduce some background knowledge before the experiment. Since the main target of this project is to analyze and compare some different evaluation metrics of DR algorithms, it is necessary to eliminate the effects and errors caused by the principle of the various algorithms. Obviously, some metrics may be better for evaluating the performance of linear dimensionality reduction algorithms, while others may be better for nonlinear algorithms. A useful method is to try to apply different kinds of algorithms and evaluate their performance together with the metrics respectively. We choose 6 main algorithms to process our dataset in the slide, including the linear algorithms PCA and the nonlinear algorithms MDIS, ILE, ISOMAP, and t-SNE. The visualization of the dimensionality reduction results from the dataset 3.0 is showing now. It is obviously that the algorithms t-SNE and ISOMAP has the best performance among them, and then 3 different evaluation methods are proposed now. The metrics we focus in this project including the trustworthiness and continuity, that is T&C, the mean relative rank errors, MRRE, and local continuum matter criteria, the LCMC. Their evaluation principles for DR algorithms are different. T&C describes the 2 kinds of errors. The data points originally far away become neighbors after the projection, and the similar data points in the original dataset has been pushed away after mapping. MRRE is similar to T&C, but it measures the Euclidean distance between the original data points and the project data points in the local neighborhoods. The MyCert LCMC checks the degree of overlap between adjacent sites of data samples in the original space and the projection space. Their mathematics principle have also been introduced in the project. And now, let's pay attention to the part of the results of the experiment. In this project, expect Swiss roll. Two other datasets are also used in the experiment. They are IceCo and a real dataset PBMC, which is a human gene experiment matrix. And we set the parameters k at 10 to 50, which is the size of the neighborhood we chose for the sample data points. From the figures in the slide of the dataset Swiss roll, we can see that with the increase of k, the values of metrics of TNC and MRE are decreasing, where the value of LCMC shows a trend of increase. It is not difficult to explain. From the perspective of mathematical principles, TNC and MRE are all trying to detect what goes wrong in a given embedding, while LCMC explains the part that works well in the dimensionality reduction algorithms, namely the overlap of the neighborhoods of the sample points in two different dimensional spaces. And then, in the second features, the algorithms Disney has the highest score in each matrix and PC has the relatively bad performance, which is the same with our judgment from the visualization. With the experiment on the dataset S-curve, which shows the same result with the last experiment. However, we can see from the figure side, compared with others, the matrix MRE is not settable when the k increases, and the evaluation result is also changeable when k is changed from 10 to 50. The final experiment is on the dataset PBMC. Obviously, in this experiment, the same matrix varies greatly in the results of different DR algorithms. It is worth noting that in the last picture, under the evaluation of LCMC, the dimension reduction result of PC is better than that of MDS, which is contrary to the first three parts of experiment. The possible explanation is that both of them have problems in processing the high-dimensional nonlinear data. Compared with the previous datasets, PBMC has more dimensions and the limitations of Euclidean distance are more obviously now, especially when choosing a large neighborhood range like 50. And now, we can draw some useful conclusions. In general, the selected k-value is accurate or relatively small, and MyCert TNC performs better in the evaluation of the results of the DR algorithms, objectively describing the loss of the local information of dataset in low-dimension space. However, when k-value is uncertain or relatively large, LCMC has more stable evaluation abilities. For the future work, it mainly contains the following three parts. First one, in the future experiments, we should select the datasets that are more consistent with the principle and working ability of the dimensionality reduction algorithms. Second one, the method of parameters setting should be more scientific. And the third one, selection of evaluation metrics. In future work, more evaluation methods should be selected to participate in the experiment, especially some methods for examining the global information of the datasets. Well, this is all the important points of my project. Thanks for listening.